comes, Ejemiezan will introduce him, and then we can ask him our questions. But in the meantime, while we wait, I don't see at the back here, so was wondering if we had any updates from the communities.
My update is whether it's an update or not. They sent me a cost. Let me just open. Earlier on, I said they sent me a cost, and they said sampling and analysis is equal to Ghana to the 1,500 each times 5 for each spot. So for each area of sampling and analysis is
1 minute, Dr. Apple. If you are not talking, can you be on mute, please? Yeah, go ahead.
They sent me this 1,500 each times 5, which means the times 5 is a number of samples at each point. And then they said it was for sampling and analysis. So I said, well, if you sampling and analysis, but it doesn't include transport. And I said, how do you sample?
Do the sample without it.
Without the transport. So go back and send me an actual pro forma invoice or something from this is from Ghana Standards Board, Ghana Standards Authority. So she went back, and I've been following her up, and this is what it says. Yes, Doc, I'm still following up, waiting for the pro forma invoice.
Wow.
So, and my nephew from EPA too, I sent him this, and I said, am I getting it? He said, yes, I'm working on it. And my question is, how long does one
pro forma invoice
to get a pro forma invoice?
Yeah.
If it were somebody's business, wouldn't the person do it in 2 days?
Exactly.
So I'm getting a little bit like what is happening here issue. And the other aspect of it I'm also looking at is these are government agencies, right? And for them to do this work and probably review other things and they get caught up in the whole mess would be something that probably
they don't
another
want to.
issue. Yeah. So we could also look at, I could also look at the university labs.
Yeah.
Those ones, I believe they will do it. So like University of Science and Technology, they are on University of Cape Coast Laboratory, probably they will do it.
Yeah, Cape Coast is closer, so if we can get something.
That is what I'm trying to get a contact now, because I've been calling Professor Boa. He's not picking my phone. He's from my hometown, and then he's from Asantewaa too. So
he should be interested too. It was going
on. And I've been trying to get him. He's not picking my phone. So I'll do as much as possible to get Professor Boa and then see whether he can help us through the chemistry department.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So to those who may not be aware, this sampling we're looking for, sampling and analysis we're looking for is something that the lawyer was asking for in terms of if we want to say that Tano has been destroyed and therefore it's affected livelihoods of people downstream, how do we prove that? Apparently, the way the water looks and everything else, we still need that kind of analysis to support it. So that's what we are trying to get. Okay, thank you so much, Doctor. I hope that you follow up and see it to the end. The young man in the area, Sankragwa area, is on standby. So once we ask him to get the samples, then we help him to get it.
Okay.
Janami, you're welcome. Salem and Matilda.
Yeah, thank you.
Michael.
Yes, good afternoon to you all. Good
afternoon. You're welcome, Michael. Do you have any update? I know you were part of the Meet the Press for the Ghana Gold Expo, and you shared some information, so you can go through it now.
The minister is like he was then launching the Ghana Expo, which is coming on the 1st and then 2nd on July. So after he had finished speaking, he said questions from the media. So I quickly raised my hand and then asked him about how long is the program that they are doing about the burning of excavators and those kind of things. How long is it going to take? And he promised by saying until the water bodies are clean, they are not going to stop. And I asked of the livelihood side, and he said they are planning for that. So that one there, he said when we meet on the 1st of July, President himself is there, so we'll know, and then I'll hear what the plans are. And I said, okay, no problem. And I commend him.
One moment, Michael. Does someone have a radio on or something? If you can reduce the volume.
Yeah, I'm at work, so my radio is on.
Oh, I see. You can reduce it?
It's making noise, eh?
Oh, your radio for work. Okay, yep. That's fine then. We can. Okay, go on.
So he said everything that I need to know about the Galamsey and that of mining and so forth. No, on the 1st, President himself and then some key players and stakeholders will be there. So if only I can come, I should come and then I'll get to know. And then he handed me over to one person at the regional. He's part of the regional team. Those who are fighting the Galamsey, that anything that I want to know, or if I have evidence and I want them to go there, I should contact that person. I shouldn't go there alone. I should contact that person so that they will lead me, or I will lead them to where exactly the Galamsey action is taking place, so that we know what to do. So that's what he said.
That is comforting, but do they have any form of monitoring themselves as a RegSec, or they want people to find and
no, they don't have. They don't have. It's like they are picking information from those closer to the river bodies, and then those giving them information that this is what is happening, this is what is happening. But for them to have intelligence on ground, they don't have.
I see. Okay, I see MP Arko Nokoe is connecting. So once he's on, then we take it from there. So any more from your side, Adaba, on the communities?
And I asked of the Johnson Mining Company licenses.
Yes.
He referred me to the Mineral Commission. They were then there. He said they will go and check. Maybe they've renewed it, but because of the network, they've not updated the system. So they will go and check and then get back to me so that I can also inform my people that those people are having licenses to mine and that kind of thing. It was there that one of the panel members raised a concern on what is happening at that place. If we are behind that place, he said it's west. So if only the minister and his people will go there and see, like it will be fine for himself. They promised to go there, but I don't know when they are going. So that is what transpired.
Honorable Kofi Nokoe is on board.
Hello, MP. You're welcome. I think his audio is still connected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's connected now. So you want to give a quick intro?
Kofi, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Kofi? Yes, I can go ahead. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure for me to introduce Honorable Kofi Nokoe, MP for the Evalue-Ajomoro-Gwira constituency in the Western region, where a greater part of the Ankobra River lies. And by the way, he deserves the title Honorable, not because he's an MP, but because of his selfless and outstanding work in the community as a youth organizer, long before he became an MP. The Honorable had his primary education in Azim and proceeded to London for part of his secondary school education, and then came back to the secondary school to complete the secondary education. He has a BA degree in political studies from Legon and a master's degree in development studies from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. At 33 years old, he's one of the youngest MPs in Parliament after assuming office January this year. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to introduce Honorable Kofi Nokoe.
Hello, MP Arko Nokoe. You're welcome to the platform. You're welcome to the meeting.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm honored to be here.
You are welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's an honor and a privilege to be part of this meeting.
Thank you. We're excited to have you. So before we go into, we hear what you have for us and also open the floor for the team members to ask questions. I just want to play for you a little bit of what's happening in your constituency, which I'm sure you're already aware of. But like they say, what is it? Food is better eating together. So share for all of us to see what's happening at Gwira Banso and its environs. Do you see my screen?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
This is Gwira Banso. Look at the nature of the river here, and I understand it's the Ankobra. Look at it. And it's all as a result of the Galamsey activities that is going on. Look at the nature of the river. It's nothing to write home about. It's too bad. This is Gwira Banso. Look at the way Galamsey is destroying our water bodies. You can see this is Gwira Banso in my east municipal, and this is the Ankobra River. This is the river Ankobra. But if you look at the nature of the river right now, it is nothing good to write home about. Look at the way Galamsey, the activities of Galamsey is destroying our water bodies. You see, and I understand this is what the people living around use for their daily activities. They drink this, they use this for cooking and other things. But if you look at how the water is, oh my God, seriously, we are sick as a nation. seriously Ghana is saying. And oh, it's too bad. This is too bad. This is too bad. I'm Isaac. I'm New Day FM and New Day TV.
Okay. So MP, Ochiamwa only more some can say Nana Wasuma.
Yeah. Oh, so sad. It's very sad. Yeah. But yeah. Can I start?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you very much once again, and it is a great honor to be part of this meeting. I've been looking forward to this meeting for some time now, but I was preoccupied with some stuff. So first of all, I must commend you for a great job. I think that is the way to go. And hey, you have my support throughout. Well, I think the introduction has been done. My name is Kofi Arko Nokoe. I'm the MP for Evalue-Ajomoro-Gwira. I've been in office for 5 months, getting to 6 months now. And it's so sad watching the video that we've seen. And I believe that is why we are all here, to find a solution. My hope is that after this meeting, I will learn a lot from you, because we have to brainstorm on how to solve this canker. So I'll be taking notes of everything that Jay said, because I have the opportunity to present whatever we discuss here on the floor of Parliament. I mean, for us all to figure out a way out. So I'm very much optimistic that this meeting wouldn't be an attack one. It would be a good meeting, a positive one that will help us all in our fight against this menace. I don't know, but when was the video taken? Can you please tell me when it was? The video came.
This video is about 2 weeks old.
2 weeks old.
Yes.
All right then. It's so sad. I've been following the discussion in Galamsey, and I believe that we should all hands should be on deck, because this problem, the negative effects affects us all, no matter where you are. We bear the brunt. After the elections, there's something I did. I went back to the constituencies, to the communities, all the communities, to thank them. I've done that because I was laying the foundations to make it possible to solve some of these problems that has come about. And thank God I'll be able to do that. And going around the constituency, I witnessed a lot, and it's so sad. I remember the first time I was on the Cobra River. I wept in my heart. Looking at the color of the river. I've always wanted to take advantage of the Cobra River, for example, because my constituency, moving around, it's so difficult because the Cobra River cuts across everywhere. So my hope was that I could even use a boat to rely on water transportation. And indeed, when we got to a point, I felt that it was even a threat. And if care is not taken, it will be so difficult for me even to go by a boat. But one thing we must know is that we must commend some efforts that is being done. Yeah. As we speak now, the Gwira Banso chief has done a great job. He's a military man. He's been on the throne for, I think, almost a year now. I went for a program together with the Minister for Chieftaincy and, Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. So he made it known, point blank, that he had directed, he was not even going to wait for the MP, he was not going to wait for the president. He, as a military person, has cautioned the people and given a warning that any individual mining on the river body must stop. And I can tell you for a fact that as it stands, that has taken effect. As we speak. I spoke to the chief this morning. Yes, he asked for one or two steps to aid his fight against this canker. So I think he's doing a great job. And Ulai Angamatueja and also the paramount chief of Gwira Banso is also putting some effort. But if you should ask me, I think there's a long way to go. It's not enough. We should all put our hands on deck, and that's why I'm here. So I'm not happy about it, but one thing I can say that I've laid the foundation. I believe the onus lies on all of us, the chiefs, the people. The Ghanaian people must be policing. We must be up on our toes. I remember my days at Aya. I didn't wait for the president. I didn't wait for the MP to come and try to fix basic stuff. We as a people must be up. And I like the awareness that's being created. Because, Elwa, you know what? Every chief, I mean, wherever this Galamsey is taking place, people are in the know. I mean, you can't just be in the forest with this heavy machinery without seeking some permissions from people. I mean, the citizens, the people in the communities, they are aware. You understand? The MPs in Accra, if we all don't collaborate, the MC, the Constitution is said that 75% of the power lies in the MCE. And I doubt that somebody can move such a heavy machinery to the constituency without seeking some permission, be it genuine or maybe behind them or whatever. Other ways, I believe that people are in the know of all these happenings. And what I've done is I've gone around, I've met some chiefs, I've made mention of some chiefs. The good news is that I'm meeting the assembly. The assembly is having a meeting, the first meeting of this session on Wednesday. So I've taken notice, I've submitted a notice of absence to attend the meeting so that I can come up with some of the discussions we are having. I'm also going to meet the chiefs, the paramount chiefs at the end of the month. And I believe if we should meet, that is the way. Like I said, all this while I've been going around trying to see the problems and figuring out a way how we can all come together to solve it. So the good news is that Wednesday I'm meeting the assembly together with the MC and all the stakeholders. And at the end of the month, also I'm meeting Evalue-Ajomoro for us to figure out a way. So that is how far it is. It's a problem. I came to meet it. Initially, it was worse during the campaign last 2 years. I remember when CTFM came to Axim, Evalue-Ajomoro-Gwira, and came out with some pictures and videos of the Ankobra area. It was just bad. It was so scary. And I have never been in support of it. I've been against it. But I believe that we should all, Jojo, to find a way to solve this canker. And yes, I'm here to listen to some views, some questions, and see how I can provide some answers. By the end of the day, I give you the assurance that everything that is said will be taken notice of. For me to bring it out, to the attention of the nation, to affect the discourse of the nation, the discussion even on the floor of parliament and wherever I can, so that this canker is arrested. I think that's what I'll say for now.
Thank you so much. Very, very encouraging. I will let the floor speak. Whoever wants to add on or have a question. I have a few that I got as well from people. So, but I'll open the floor first and then come to that.
Mommy, can I come in?
Yes.
I'm Michael. I'm working with Mommy. We went to that place to took that shot and which that you show you. I like the chief is ready to help. But yes, sir, if you go there are still people mining at the blind side of the chief. What are we going to do to help the chief to stop those things, being an MP?
A beautiful question. The chief is doing an awesome job. Yes, he made requests. He even said he would have been happy if we could get a speedboat of a sort. Something to be able to change those guys on the field. Yes, he made a request, and I believe I'm looking at even using my office to get some drones. Basic drones for us to monitor, because hey, I'm in Axim, I'm in Accra, or wherever I am, I cannot be monitoring. But if we can have a team to actually get the locations that the work is being done, that would help us, because these guys, they might not even know there's a drone up there taking pictures of them. And I believe by so doing, we can collaborate with people, we can the authorities and whoever we need to arrest the canker. So the chief has said a lot. There's some stuff I cannot say in the open, but he's doing a great job, and I give it assurance that with some gadgets and with some small motivations here and there, because it's not only him, he has to send people and others. I think we can make way. But I believe in one thing. See, I've never supported so much wars being declared, wars on drugs, wars on this, because where have you got into on the war of drugs, war on this, war on hunger? See, these guys, they know they are sitting on a land, on a piece of land that is rich underneath. Yes, they know it, and they feel that they are hungry. They feel that we've not been able to provide a source of living for them. So one thing I have always been pushing is that, why don't we try to show them the proper way of mining? My brother, look at what we're doing here, creating awareness. People don't even know the effect of mercury. We are concerned because of our exposure. No matter what it is, if this guy that is using mercury to wash his whatever it is in the state, if he has this exposure that myself and you will have, he wouldn't have been so open. I mean, with so much vim, as they say, doing this Galamsey thing. Me in particular, there's something that always worries me. When I take a bottle of water and I'm drinking, I become concerned, because mine is, after drinking the water, I put it in my bin. Where does it end? Because I know the treatment is not unlike advanced countries where it is well taken care of. It ends up somewhere. So me even buying water to drink doesn't make me feel that good. So I believe there's a lot we have to do. The awareness that is being created, we should let the people know. There was one man that told me, Honorable, so we are here. You people say we should not mine, but we'll be here and a Chinese foreigner will come, clear all of us, resettle us, and start digging to mine. You understand? And let's not forget that there is some advancement in mining. People now have gadgets that can show where minerals are. So imagine this guy, he comes to does a prospecting of a sort. He realized that there is gold underneath. Whether you bring gun, whatever it is, even if in the night he has to dig, he will. So I believe as a nation also, we should try to enlighten our people. Imagine going to Gwira Banso. When we were kids, we had this thing we called cinema of a sort. When they showed Jesus Christ in those Christianity films, it was something that was being planted in our minds. So I believe as we raise our awareness, as we do these meetings, we should also look at way through which we can, come up with some cartoons, some films of a sort, for people to know the effect of mining, the effect of mercury, the heart disease that people are getting. The true picture must be shown, because most of them are not enlightened the way we are. So I also believe that thing should be done. I told one of my colleagues that, so now we have military guys going to stop these Galamsey guys. People that we cannot, for a fact, trust them so much, because people go there and they bargain some stuff. What if we collaborated with University of Mines to hold mini workshops? Go to Gwira Banso, tell them the proper way to mine. If you spoil this water, these are the effects. The water that you spoil, it ends up in the sea, and the fish that you are buying at the market might be having mercury. So I believe there's a lot we have to do, because if not, these guys should be mining. They will be mining no matter where they find themselves. So proper way of mining, the effect of mining needs to be pushed down to the people, so that they become exposed like us. And I believe that if one is exposed, it will be very, very difficult for the same person to take a bomb and use it to kill others, at least in a way. So that is one thing. I don't know if I've answered your question right, but that is my view.
You've answered it, but the last thing I wanted to ask is, I sent you a petition myself at Axim, and we're asking for some help so that we can go there, especially where you've mentioned Gwira Banso and Co, to show something on the screen. We are appealing to you, if only you can give us a projector. You can help us with projector or that kind of cinema, this thing. I'll be available anytime that you call on me. I'll be available, so that I go with you or with your people, some of the people, to go there and show this kind of videos to them, so that they will know the effect of mercury. Exactly. And then how that is where we will get the answers and then the questions that we need to answer ourselves. I'll be very happy if only you can assist us in those kind of things.
My brother, my door is always open to you.
Thank you. And before I let Mr. Saki come, just to add on, so like Adaba said, we did send you a petition, and we also did send the DCE. I don't know if that's a Lambala DCE, but we did send one to the DCE of
Frank. I sent one to Frank.
Yeah, that area as well. So these district assemblies, right? They have these information vans. I don't know if they still have it or not, but what you've just told us, we all know now. We all know the effect of this mercury. even the NCCE can do some of work in that area, and your office as well. They have access to these information vans. We've been talking about this mercury thing for a while now. Is there any plan to maybe from Monday going start this? Because you don't have to have the whole everything fit together before you start something. Let's start from Axip, or let's start from Gwira Banso. Tell them, let the information van or whatever announce it, the effect of the mercury alone, and let's see whether people change their behavior upon hearing that information. Then we build on it gradually. So that's what I would add on to.
Mommy, let me ask my final question, because I'm at work and I have to leave for a second.
Yeah.
MP, I went to Central, Amanfi Central. The MP there is your colleague MP from the same party. He told me point blank that he's not going to risk his life and then to lose his seat just because of political reasons. If it were to be you, what will you tell us? The Galamsey saying, what are you going to tell us?
Sure, Amalwa.
Yeah.
Na mfika maham so azunzuma chi na ma wura chi ma gbanwa ma din ma hamzuma
ya ba hanzuma ba tenzuma mangumi ya wa platform ya zuwa motio
yeah, that's it. All right, no problem, my brother. See, it is true, it is very true, and that is how it is. Like I said, I have been quiet because I was laying my foundations, because hey, I'm always a person that does not talk much. I mean, that's how I started AYA, the Axim Youth Group, and I'm now in Parliament. I believe in taking action. I don't know why he said that, and I don't know where the discourse started from, so I don't want to judge in that context. But I believe that hey, our water bodies are under threat, and the life of the people, like the way myself and you we see it. So it is an all hands on deck thing. So I don't think, I don't know why he said that, and I wouldn't say that I believe it, but then I'm like, maybe where the question came from. But I think he's also ready to put his feet on the ground, and I mean, and we are not taking the jobs from the people. What we're trying to do is the proper thing must be done. The people must be made to realize that not because of, the benefit of one person, generation of about 20 people. I go to my constituencies and I see people, I see the water bodies, and I see the same people asking me for water. And sometimes I'm like, Mediama, why can't we approach the people doing this Galamsey thing for them to provide you water? That is Ghana for you. All we do is talk. That is the democracy we understand. See, I sometimes I watch the news in Ghana, and somebody goes on radio, talks a lot. The next day he's okay, but that is not it. So I don't know why he said that. I don't know, but I don't want to believe that he wouldn't join this fight against Galamsey. No, but if it is, I'll figure out a way to speak to him.
Yeah. So are you going to, like, from tomorrow onwards, start something? Take the combine with the team up with the municipality and start the messaging to the people?
Definitely, I'm on it. I'm meeting the whole assembly on Wednesday, together with the security heads all over. We're meeting on Wednesday. After which I'll be meeting a way it has never been done. I'm meeting all the paramount chiefs together. It has never been done by an MP, all of them together, for us to discuss Galamsey and other issues. I mean, the way forward. I just want to bring up my plan. I seek the advice before we all adapt it. Yes, we'll consider it very much, because we just can't sit idle. And me as a politician, I can tell you that, hey, I'm not involved. And that is the good news, because when we get involved, that is when it becomes, it's so difficult to stop. But I, Kofi Arko Nokoe, will never get engaged in such a thing, because it is not my way. And that is a good news. So I'm sure we'll figure out a way. The same way that Nkuba River is changed, the color is becoming clearer. Unlike those days, 2 years ago was so bad, because the Galamsey was something that was being done. Understand? So there's hope.
Thank you. Mr. Saki, we're taking the people with their hands raised, so we'll get to each one of you. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Nokoe. I'm glad to be able to meet you. My name is Kinsley Saki. My question is this, as I was listening to you, the two things you said that were, good news, and yet I have questions about them. One thing that you said was that it power lies with the MCE, or is it DCE office? In other words, they are fully aware of all these things that are taking place in their communities. And that in fact, they might be involved in granting them or allowing them to do the things that they're doing. Now, if that is the case, if we know that the power lies with the MCE or is it DCE office, why are we not able to handle this nationally to really get these MCEs and DCEs to take the right action? So that's one question. My second question, and you have just alluded to that just now, that you'll be meeting with all these paramount chiefs. Now, we have seen videos where the Asantehene has spoken, at a gathering with his chiefs, where he was saying that they all know, or all the chiefs that were involved in this. And in fact, the Ochenhene has also said something similar. In the video, he's actually called for a moratorium for about a year or two on this issue. So, these paramount chiefs are fully aware of these problems. It would seem to me that the issue here is that they really don't have any legal standing to be able to bring about change. Is that is that how you see it? And if that is the case, how can things be rectified?
Well, thank you. I mean, if you should ask me, if the president of Ghana should come out today and say that every DCE in whose territory this Galamsey menace is ongoing, if he doesn't step his feet down, they're going to be fired. This Galamsey thing will stop. My brother, they will stop if the president of this country should say that. Because, like I said, the constitution was weaved in such a way that as an MP, you don't have much power. I mean, you're in parliament looking at legislative obligations and duties. But these MC people, I doubt that anywhere in Ghana, you could invest so much in about 30, 20, 10 excavators. You're in the forest doing all these things. I mean, if you don't have peace, if you have fear in you, you can never venture. So yes, I believe we all know the way forward, like I said, but the citizens must step up. I believe Ghanaians as a whole, the awareness that is being created is to anger the citizens. Look at what happened at Ichua the other time. If the citizens of Ghana, because no matter the community, even if there are 10 people in the community, they are very much aware of what is happening. So if the citizens will play the policing role they are supposed to play, we can curb it, like I said. And if the president should command, decree, even the MCs, it's a simple thing. That now we don't have MCs because they are being vetted and we are waiting for the new appointment. It's one thing we are pushing, that in delegating their duties to them, if the command is given that if you're an MCE, you don't step your feet on the ground, and we find out that Galamsey is being done in your area, your jurisdiction, action will be taken or you'll be fired. I tell you, that would be a big boost to the fight. That would be a great boost. I believe that. That's my personal view. Because they even if you want to build a room, you have to go for permit from the assembly. Because they manage the land, they manage the resources. It is in their care. So I believe that we have to be honest. That's one thing that is not in this country. Honesty is a problem. I even said I wanted to make a statement on the floor. If we could have a day of honesty in a month, honesty. If we could have a day of honesty on one day in a month, if we could all be honest with ourselves, we could solve this thing. So I believe that with the chiefs, well, there's a problem. The constitution is such that somebody is given a license. I'm a chief, comes to my area, starts operating without my knowledge. Because the constitution is said that the mineral resources belong to the state. So people up there will be issuing licenses sometimes without the chiefs, without consulting the chiefs. And I believe that they find out that such a thing is happening, and they might feel that they don't have a command or whatever, and they might using the back doors. So I believe the dialogue needs to be opened. We have to push for the chiefs also. It has to be two ways. If we had a law that says that, yes, you be issued a license, but you have to go to the chief to endorse, then we could blame them that, hey, Nana, like this thing is happening on your land. But the only excuse they might be had, those involved, they hide behind the excuse that they don't issue permits and they are not to be consulted when licenses are being given. So I believe we have some changes to do to the Constitution, some reviews to do. And it's something that will happen because this menace is a wake-up call for all of us. And I don't think anybody in Ghana is happy about it. So I believe the dialogue has started, it's been opened, and we must pursue it to the latter.
MP, let me add this on before we call Sister Audrey. A correction there. When the Minerals Commission issues a license to someone, the people in the community have every right to determine whether they accept that person or not. There's a place when those people are supposed to be made aware, and they have to give their feedback. So if the people don't know, you and I, and especially you as the representative of the people, have to let them know. In the modus operandi of the Minerals Commission, it's there, one of the steps.
And well, like I said, the Ghanaian people must be, we are not angry enough. We are not angry enough. I mean, we know, see, go to an area, a community of about 3 people. They know who's mining. They know who's destroying their water. They know who's making their life hard for them, but they are quiet. So we are not angry enough. All we do is talk. But hey, like we did with Aya. I mean, everybody watching knows what I did. Hey, the road was bad. I stood up against it, even when people thought I was against my party. But in the end, it was the right thing. When you do the right thing, they're always vindicated. So the Ghanaian people must stand up. I always say that, Elua, if the people of Akwetem, the people of Gwira Banso, can come out with a statement that, hey, we are not relying on the soldiers and nobody. We are telling whoever is coming to our waters that we will not allow the person. Come. When you come, you have to face us first before you move your stuff there. Nobody will venture. If the people of Ghana, if communities are to come out with a strong message that we don't care what is happening in other areas, but this our area which is Axim, this our area which is Banso, do not venture. Nobody will do it because you know the gadget you are sending there is expensive. And if the people don't want to do it, they don't want to accept it, you can't. Let me tell you what happened at Akwetem. There's a community called Akwetem in my area. There was this guy, he came from Accra, said he had a license, and he was just coming to dig some mud for this ceramic factory near Takrady. They stopped him. When he was bringing they slept, they were on the ground in the street. They asked him if he will not turn back, he should ride on them. The guy had no option but to stop. So it is a wake-up call to everybody, to all citizens. We are doing here, we're discussing. But the Ghanaian always wants somebody from somewhere to come and fix a problem. The system is such that we can't trust everybody like that. So the citizens of this country must be angry to defend. If you can't defend the country, defend your community. Yeah. Because you, the people who bear the brunt of if we can do that, hey, I'm an investor, I buy excavators, I'm going to a community. They say they won't allow. They will never give into it. Master, I would have to sit down and negotiate with them. And if I'm going to mine, then I have to make sure that I do the right thing. So it is a wake-up call. Hey, we should be angry. The people should be angry and know what is at stake. Yeah, that is it. I believe we are not policing enough.
Okay, yes. We're going one by one with the questions. So we'll get to everyone's turn.
I have about 15 minutes to go, please.
Okay. So Audrey.
Honorable, thank you for honoring us your presence.
You are very quiet, so.
Hold on, I have to take off my, I guess you can hear me now.
Yes.
Honorable, thank you for attending this meeting. One of the things that, we have some structural problems in Ghana, obviously, and you've alluded to those, and that has to do, number one, with the Constitution and how local government is structured. So first of all, we have the local government problem, and then we also have the chiefs who are the custodians and owners of Sioux lands. And at present, most of the land is still owned by Stools. So we need to look at things from how we get all of these institutions to work together, because the people of a small community can fight against Galamsey. Unfortunately, if you have the PRA going through or the Ankobra going through several communities, you could have people upstream, polluting their water body. And what is going to happen is that people downstream are going to also suffer, no matter how much this. So we need to call on the House of Chiefs. We need to call on, address the issue of, the common fund and people's involvement in local government and having a voice. And we need to educate people about the local government system, because until the Constitution is changed, we have what we have, and we have to work within the tenets of the current system. How do we empower the people to participate in their local government? And also the issue of the common fund. I know some of the money goes, and correct me if I'm wrong, some of the money goes to the MPs and some goes to the DCs. And they get to have the greatest say as to how the common fund monies are spent. So we have communities where people are despondent, and as a result have now resorted to Galamsey as a last resort. This is why this group is really focused on looking at solutions. You, Honorable, you alluded to that. You wanted to determine if this is a group that is interested in solutions and not just complaints. And this is a group that is solutions oriented. We're working on a document that we intend to present to Parliament, to the Office of the President, and to other stakeholders, so that we begin to have a conversation as to how we turn this around. Ghana is under severe threat, and I don't think people realize it, because even the cocoa, which is one of the primary sources of Ghana's revenue, is currently under threat. The image that Ghana has is that it exports some of the best cocoa in this world. And if it comes out that a single cocoa bean tests positive for mercury and cyanide, you better believe that will be the end of Ghana's cocoa industry as we know it. There will be doubts about the quality of Ghana's cocoa. And as a result of that, people would not want to buy Ghana's cocoa. So I don't think that the government, I know the government knows the danger Ghana is in, but I don't think they have really assessed the full effect on all aspects of the economy. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. I've taken notes of what you said. It's serious and it's so scary. It's so scary. I think I don't want to be. I don't always sound political, because I believe sometimes we need to be objective. It's a problem even with the cocoa industry. Can you believe that? I went to a community in my constituency, and the cocoa farmers, they met me and they were complaining like for a year and two, they've not received anything, and people are willing to even sell their farms. So the problems are so many. And we all need to sit up. I mean, me as an MP, my colleague Parliament, the government, we have to be serious about how we handle stuff, because if not, it won't all go well for us. Yes, it's very true what you said. We just pray that we don't get there, because if our cocoa industry, if it sinks, that'll be the end of it. So I mean, we have to do what we do. Like I said, I'm taking note of everything you're saying. When I get a platform, I'll push it up. I mean, whatever we can do to end this canker, it's something we are all geared towards. I thank you for that. I mean, yours wasn't a question, but I believe I've taken note of what you said. Thank you.
Amela, you're on mute.
Sorry, I was saying we have a few hands up, so let's try and get through them quickly. Ejanemi, your turn.
Okay, thank you. The time is kind of quite short, so quickly, mine is more of a suggestion. I think the fight against Galamsey has been taken on the national level, but I see it more of an optics. It's an image thing by the say the president and his information team, and I think their focus is to the media houses meeting in a cool area and then talking after. And I hardly believe that even some of them get to a school or Ambin or Kofi Banso or wherever that the canker is going on. So the idea that perhaps we have this kind of mobile education, which is done, it's very, very critical. And I also think that it's also very important that perhaps all the media houses, the radio and TV, I have said before that if we could get like every radio station pausing at some time of the day, and then at least highlighting on, the hazards, in terms of health, the environment and everything, at least consistently for a month, then people will be educated. And that is where you can see the anger. So I think all that Kojo Opon Nkrumah and, the defense minister, they come there in suits and talk this thing, is just, a show. They are doing nothing, and it's not getting to the right people. It's just getting to like Joy FM and all those guys with their, microphones and things recording. After that, they don't know even how to report them. So I will say, and I'll challenge you, MP Enuku, if you can table a bill or sponsor a legislation discussion where all, MPs across the nation, the 275, will just, kind of mandate that the government at least pass I don't know whether it's a bill or a law, that all radio stations, all TV stations, at least 4 times in a day, will devote certain times and, kind of educate people, even if it's for 2 minutes, when people get to hear of this agency, and then we also need to have the mobile education stuff. And I think when we do that, the fight will be won. Thank you. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Ejanemi.
Why can I ask my question?
Yes, after you, then Eja Motozi, you come, and then Sister Matilda. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So mine is very short. I know we talk of citizens taking responsibility, but we are also not putting the law enforcement authorities accountable. So my question to Mr. Noku is, will Parliament invite those responsible, whether the police or the forestry department, those responsible for making sure that citizens who are engaged in illegal mining are arrested? The head of these departments, can they be summoned to appear before Parliament to answer why they've not enforced the law? I'm done.
Yeah, thank you. Honorable Noku, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So does Parliament have a plan?
Yes, this meeting is so educative, and everything that is being said, I'm having my pen, taking note of every view and every point that is being raised. I think we do. I checked the questions that have been submitted, and I think there's something like that. Yes, we need to call those in charge, the ministers, for defense, like you said, and for environment and all those things, to come and answer some questions. And I think soon you'll be seeing that thing happening. A lot of us have submitted a lot of questions that need answers, and in due course, I'm sure it will be approved for them to come on the floor and give answers to some of the questions, many of the questions we have. So let's keep our fingers crossed, and we'll push it. Like I said, we'll do what we have to do to make sure the right thing is done. For that one, you can bet on it. All right.
Thank you. We have 2 more hands on the floor. Then we can let you. Eja Enokwesi.
Unmute yourself. Eja Enokwesi, unmute yourself. You're on mute.
So thank you very much, Amara. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Honorable is gone. What I want to say is that last week we heard something from Ochehene that all forms of mining should stop for at least 1 year, and then we restructure. Honorable was talking about education, this and that, but the main problem, people understand that the mercury kills. But major problem lies on the people who are in politics. That is the major problem. They give instructions, do it, even though the person knows that mercury kills, but he will still go ahead because it's a command. So I think it's a very good idea for us to stop all forms of mining, and then whether education or not, we take our time to restructure it. But it's just unfortunate that Honorable is gone, so I don't.
No, I'm here. I'm not going. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm taking note. I have my pen. All right.
Yeah. So I am of the view that it's a very good idea. We'll stop all forms of mining and then use 1 year for education or restructuring. That is number one. Number two, once you are in the Western region, whenever we talk about mining or Galamsey, people talk about employment. And we still have the Bonsa factory, and then the sugar factory, the oil mills, which can be restructured for people to get employment so that they will not be talking about this Galamsey, this employment distance. So I am of the view, all this Galamsey menace with its hula-baloo, let's stop it and tell it for 1 year, like what Chishan was saying. And then we'll take our time to educate. But if we are educating people and throw on it, I don't think we can get to anywhere.
Thank you so
Beautiful.
much.
I was going to say that. I was going to make an appeal that, hey, we all have to brainstorm on how to bring up jobs. Alwa, if you come to my constituency, we have vast plantations of rubber plantation, abundant, just so many. Also, I was speaking to a colleague of mine that it was about time we went to places like Thailand, like those places where they grow, they have vast amounts of rubber plantation to tap in, do some lesson drawings and bring it back home to create jobs. I am of the view that looking at the Galamsey, especially the women that get involved, they do so, it's so scary. This Galamsey thing that you see, it takes hardship to move. Those who get the big yields, the gold, blah, 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 they're okay. But those entering the pits, because you can die at any moment.
Yeah.
I want to believe, how much do they even get? I'm of the view that if we can brainstorm, myself and you, whatever, with a little we can, to get somebody. These people, they work a day and they get about 50 cities, 20 cities, 30 cities. If we can push them, we can make amends. Small people. I'm of the view that many people will, opt for the opportunities to create for them, even though we are doing our best. So as much as we also raising our awareness, let's also try to brainstorm on how we can team up as a team. Hey, all of us, we come together. Let's start some small things to get people engaged. And I believe it will also help in our efforts. It's a laudable idea. I'm telling you, I have vast plantations of rubber in my constituency. I need investment. So let's brainstorm on it also and bring some solutions. If we do, it would also be a way to keep down the menace, in my view. So thank you.
Noted. Thank you. So the cottage industries is one of the items on our solutions proposals as well. So we can get into it in detail. Matilda. Oh, you're on mute.
Hello, Honorable Nokoe. Thank you for coming. You come from the same town that I come from. I'm from Axim. And I've been here for so long, I'm almost near retirement. But I always like J.F. Kennedy. He says, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. So, Honorable Nokoe, I'm here to tell you that I'm able to help any way you would want me to. First of all, you're going to meet with your constituency. The GAG members are looking for lands to start people on agricultural and other means of sustenance. If you can acquire some lands for us, we can help with whatever you can you have affordable. Now, we have vocational school, which I believe in. I went to Wesley Girls too. And it's all education, books and books and books. When I finished, I want us to go to vocational where we can train these children plumbing, electricity, furniture, everything that handiwork. That's what I believe in. Because these children, if you're taking them from the Galamsey areas, what are they going to do? And so people have talked about that. I just wanted to see what I can do to help my own locality. I joined this Galamsey because of the river. When I went to Ghana, when I saw the rivers, I was like, so who is talking about this? Who is saying anything about the rivers? So when I saw Galamsey Action Group, I joined it just to help out. So Honorable, thank you for coming. Anything that you think we can do to help you, let us know. That's all I can say now.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. It's good, so good to see you.
Good. Dr. Apple, you had a hand up? Okay. You are on mute though.
Dr. Kwame.
Ejakwab, you're on mute as well.
I just, Honorable, thank you for coming. I'm from Asanda and Ankobra, so we are neighbors. I just want you to take note of this. The import of mercury into Ghana is my worry. Now, I'm doing a document here for this group, and I was shocked to know that, number one, China is the world's producer of mercury. However, on the documents of export of mercury, there are no indications that China is exporting it. Now, when you come to Ghana, I have in this document, Ghana is the number 5th country on the African continent in terms of legal import of mercury. And it is stated, I think it's around 60 to 70 metric tons of mercury as at 2015. However, the estimated mercury consumption, Ghana is second only to Sudan, and then we are looking at about 90, between 45 to 90 metric tons additional mercury. This is the report of 2015. So my worry is, if we are having so many Chinese and they are just coming to our country, and we see them involved in this Galamsey, it seems to me that they are coming in with their baggage of mercury to come and work. What are some of the steps we can put up at the airport to stem against this, so that these nationals who are coming can be really searched and detectors put there and these things stopped? Because it is on paper that China is not exporting it. However, they are the major producers. And it is on paper that that most of their nationals that are coming into our country are involved in this trade. So that is what I have to say.
Well, thank you so much for drawing my attention to it. I think this is a wake-up call for all of us. I took note of it, and it's something that has to be looked at seriously. And I give you the assurance that I'm honored to be here and I'm taking notes, and you hear something positive from us, because, like they say, you have to stop it from the top. If the roofing is leaking, you can't say you just put a bucket to take the drops. You have to change the roofing, and if you can do that, this whole problems that mercury is causing will be reduced. I thank you very much for that, and I give you the assurance that I've taken notice of it. We have a group in Parliament. We have a special at our caucus. We have people in charge of this Galamsey fight. So I'll put it on the platform and also push for more probing it. So thank you very much, man. Thank you so much.
So, Elwa, I'm sorry. Can I say one thing?
Yeah, Ejakwame was on the Ejakwame. You
No,
still need to speak.
Okay. Before I got the honorable to join us, his schedule actually was full, and I had to request this particular space for I had to negotiate for him to reserve this time for us. I'm sure that he will be able to join other meetings, but I gave him a very short notice to appear at this meeting. And so he told me he could actually give us 20 to 30 minutes. And I think he's gone past that time. But,
past that, yeah.
I'll let you, I'm sure, just to let you know that you may be leaving very soon.
Okay. Okay. MP, thank you so much for the time. We had one more question that I needed to put in. So, we are downstream, like someone said. Your constituency is downstream on the Ankobra. How are you connecting with your counterpart in Wassa and other areas to make sure that, whatever is being done in Evalue-Ajomoro-Gwira is not going to be in vain while they go crazy up north?
Yeah, so I believe we began the steps, and it will yield results, so, because like I said, I mean, when we see, let's also try to get, I'm also trying to get some drones. I mean, we should let people know the devastations that is being caused, because honestly, when we see those videos and pictures, I mean, hey, if no matter who you are, you get moved. And so I believe the awareness is being created. I mean, we all have to dialogue, and I give it assurance. My colleagues are not difficult. I mean, they're just like me, but we have to pray that we get good MCs that will listen to us. And where the problem is partisan politics. An MC will think you're an NDC MP and he's an MCA, MPP. They won't even collaborate with you. And if we could get that, I mean, if my government was in power, if I had an MC that could listen to me, give me the respect, and also all that would have been very easy. We have problems all over in my constituency. Meeting with the MC is a problem here and there. It's so difficult. There are some places the MC will not even listen to you. That is the problem. That is the problem. I mean, if we could, if we're in power, I could have been held responsible. I would have taken responsibility of everything that is happening. But now, like I said, nobody comes to an MP for permit. Nobody comes to an MC to an MP to seek to go work. But the MC, the office of the MC is so powerful when it comes to this fight. And say, let's pray that, I mean, let's add in our prayers that the names that has been mentioned, we get good MCs that will put partisan politics aside and dialogue with us to solve these issues. If not, it will be a problem. So that is it. I speak my voice. I can make a statement in Parliament. We can push for it, but hey, they implement people that will implement it. I mean, the MC has about 75% of the power. Like they said, common fund. How much common fund is given to MPs? About 7%. 93% goes to the MCs. That's how powerful they are. That is the power they have in this fight. And say, let's do that. I'll be happy if you could engage them also. Engage the MCs. Those people, you can put direct questions to them if they are not aware that this water is being polluted, this construction is being done, this illegal mining is being done. And I'll tell you, because the big devastation that is being done is by this huge Chinese and others. I was so sad when the Minister for Lands and Forest Reserve said that he gave a command that prospecting in forest areas should stop. I mean, why would you do that? Why would I invest money, go to the forest, do prospecting, and identify a mineral down deep? Then I'll say, I'm gone. You don't even have to go there. You go all the way to discover that there is a big loop underground, and then you pull back. No, I mean, so it's so wrong. But that's the nature of the politics that is in our country. But hopefully, I believe some of us are in Parliament now. More people are coming in, and I believe there is hope. I always want to remain optimistic, and I give it assurance that things are well. Things will be well. But sometimes it's so difficult. It's so difficult because of the politics that we practice. Citing my constituency as an example, it's hard when you don't get the MC to collaborate with you. So that is it. So let's keep our prayers up. Make sure we get people that will dialogue with us, and I'm sure that we can solve a lot of problems.
Thank you so much. Yeah, one thing you should know is that you have this group's attention, support. Like everybody in government or in the Ghanaian political space that is looking at doing the right thing, we are always going to be there working with them. We don't care which party and which politics. We want to make sure that the right thing, especially when it comes to the environment and the water bodies, is done for our people. So we will be calling on you. Like Audrey said, we have the proposals coming, and we need a good chunk of parliamentarians across the aisle that would be ready to sit down with us and listen to what we have to say, and let's all work together to get this where it has to be.
Amen. And thank you.
Let me add my one piece, just for a few seconds. All I like to say is, you know, the commander-in-chief is the president, and every time he commands, we see some effect. So let us not relent on our advertising. You know, let's put some resources in showing all these videos on the national TV as many days as possible. So we in the diaspora, let's try and contribute something to help to have this on the radio, TV every day, if we can, as much as we can, because that takes effect when the president sees that, you know, and everybody sees it. That is how we get the citizens pumped up. You know, when we get the citizens angry enough and they pumped up, then they can resist all these things. So we should not relent in doing that. So all of us here in the diaspora, let's contribute something, put some resources together for our advertising.
Thank you so much, Eja Nyan.
Mamelwa, can I take my leave now, please? I think I've been here for long.
Let me tell you something before you leave. I want you to look at my face very well. If I'm coming to you, I'm coming for an action, because Galamsey action group. I am here.
Knock on the door of the MC first. He has
for Frank.
Both of you.
Frank has been dodging me and then playing tiffy. But for you, I know you. When I'm knocking your door, I'm for action, and I want you to help me, help Galamsey Action Group, so that we fight the fight. My daughter told me we are not going to rest until we see that the water bodies are clear. So we are not going to allow you to rest until we see Cobra is clear.
My brother, my door doesn't have a lock. It's open. It's free. You can come anytime. Huh? I can even give you my seat for 2 weeks, for a month, if you want to stay on it. No problem.
Thank you. We appreciate your time.
No dreams from.
Tell your people something.
Medima, in your Bible. In your Bible, because you will be a mere ganwala, your fat and one pare, Yanyamane, a buka, and my educator. Bala, Jalubia, more Izuka, tell me, say, if I can, you could be a push them out. Many more year do one who probably change about the Bamani. A tea, may more, if you have no threat, Madame Kofi Arko Nokoe come down to minimum Bazon by 1 hour. Because Yanyaza or Bahajuni. I'm on Kalake, Yatindala, Bamia action. I could be a question last the new Now, Ghana democracy, no, here to work with a Kabima Kabi. At Ghana, need you not in the Oriana, a hola. Oniki at the need your chicken, would take a step new push it on to change me a pondala. The me don't call your pallet because Oya, as you quite semini, you more far and you're never baka be massa. The Yamomo, Yazaka minimum tells you quite very about Droma Maya. As you don't quit Galamsey and Zanyani, Yakaya, Yama, you know, Basso Potter. I'm on Kalake, and then with Jim McPenny on Abua, then my sister Docas, I'm a photo fit, KZL together, would the key EFM ones, Mamma Pujalabamia Yezo. Even here, be adjoining or aside Galamsey, and dialogue on how we can bring some stuff to Nzama. If we Janzama, training college Bobo Modi here, Kanzaman Yan in Zamania more minimum of grab, I can't put the minimum back in Zama. Brofo, yet put the minimum back in Zama will be Yamini. Brofo, Babul go Kula Sukan Van de Barakalam Van de Nangala. Eka Kosuchin the consent for us. My door is open. Kebiamo Jokabamu, Kedam Kabila, and my notice now. Or a Sababa Ebanya Mikichin, I don't care here, Johnny. But Miske, Dr. Kwame Nkoma Mujani, or Yumro Kusuchi, New Jazo, near Bois, Emma Ghana, of by $8 per order, than any Bible. That will be a